I think the ultimate goal of, or the core reason why we're here is to produce that result that will aid the person in getting the attention or medical attention that they need to get at the end of the day. And it's just really what motivates us to do what we do every day.
Given laboratory results are pivotal to deciding really how to manage patients, the clinicians and the clinical personnel ride on our results to be able to make concrete decisions on how they are going to manage their clients. And so it's critical when we are giving them the results. It's really a true reflection of what's going on in a patient's system. And so for me, that's pivotal in my responsibilities. And so really I look at the test processes. Are we really adhering to our procedures as defined in our different standard operating procedures? Are personnel competent? Is the equipment in good working order? And all those things that contribute holistically to the ultimate result that we are going to get.
It's important to celebrate the laboratory week because it encourages us, it appreciates us. We receive the appreciation from the government and everyone in the community to give us the encouragement to do more and to give out more results which are accurate and helping to the diagnosis.
But as a biomedical scientist, most importantly, you need to be an analytical thinker because the nature of our work does not only consist of testing, but you need to make certain decisions which will communicate your findings to your client or to the doctor or the practitioners that rely on the outcome of your results.
Pre-analytical, where I look at sample reception, sample collection, and sample entry, acceptance of the sample, rejection criteria of the sample, and from there there's also a post-analytical phase where I have to validate results, review reports before the report is sent to the client.
So biomedical technologists at Central Lab, we are mainly in charge of the analytical process. We have a few that also interact with the pre-analytical and the post-analytical stages, but most of us are in the analytical stage where we do the actual sample testing. We are in charge of sample testing, result reviews, result validations. We are on the ground to see what's the actual organisms causing this particular disease. In the diagnosis process, there are nurses, there are doctors, there are physiologists and all those. But the lab plays a major role because it's the part of that process that kind of identifies the actual organism that is the causative agent of that disease. And we play a major role in the diagnosis because then doctors don't have to treat based on symptoms only or based on how the patient has presented, but they'll get the results from the lab which will just give them a clear direction, say this is the actual causative agent, so that even when they are prescribing drugs, they are prescribing based on the actual causative agent.
I love what I do because I believe in quality, and this position that I have as a pre and post, I'm the one who monitors what goes in the lab and what comes out from the lab. So what I mean by what you receive as lab, a central lab, I have to make sure that they meet our criteria, and when they come, I have to make sure that we send them within our turnaround time, which is very important because even these clients who come, they also have their time frame as they need to also present the results to the doctor or the report that they need. So I have to make sure that that is met.
The quality department is more like the regulatory arm of the lab, which puts in place measures to ensure that quality is consistent throughout the lab. The lab processes are majorly categorized into the pre-examination, examination, and post-examination phases.
basically, what it entails is when you're a laboratory technologist, you're actually the one that is actually now handling samples. The analysis of the samples, I'm basically the one that does that. Basically, another thing that I can talk about is the fact that CIDRZ Central Lab is able to analyze COVID samples, and we are able to actually analyze the resistant samples, that is HIV-1 genotyping, where we're able to genotype the resistance, which is reverse transcriptase inhibitors, integrase inhibitors, and actually protease inhibitors. So those are some of the things that we actually do at CIDRZ Central Lab. So much love about my work is the fact that I'm able to analyze or go through things that any other person from outside can't actually analyze. Let's say, for instance, bacteria, viruses. I'm able to see the virus. I'm able to analyze a virus that someone doesn't even understand. That's the beauty about my work. That's one thing that I so much love about my work.
When you look at the sample that is coming in, you look at the patient behind it that is being managed, and it's exciting that I can be able to contribute to the management of the client and the ultimate recovery to good health of that client. We are living in an era where we've been hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, and the laboratory is central to dealing with this pandemic. We have seen how much we have contributed in terms of testing of patients, screening of patients for COVID-19 to try and help this pandemic, and we've been central really as a laboratory in contributing to the fight against COVID-19. And for me personally, this being the laboratory week and celebrating our profession, I think it gives me a lot of joy to be a part of the team that is behind the laboratory work. So I encourage everyone out there that would be aspiring to become a biomedical personnel to work in the laboratory. It's an exciting job. You get to contribute to the well-being of a lot of people out there. They say a healthy nation is a productive nation, and so we are contributing to the productivity